I'm doing this for you. And for Mike too, I guess. Though I don't think there's much I can do to help him at this point. I suppose I should provide some background information first. I'm a sophomore in a fairly good university in Boston. No, not MIT or Harvard, but still one that's a bit of a chore to get into. My freshman year, I had the option to live in honors housing and decided to roll with it. After all, at least the people would be interesting. Whatever arcanine algorithm they used to process roommate requests took in my preferences and spat out the name of my future roommate, Mike. Just another honors kid from St. Louis. The two of us got along fine for the most part, my enjoyment of Miley Cyrus notwithstanding, so we decided to room together sophomore year as well. Now, Mike had always been a pretty obsessive guy. He tended to bounce around in his interests. One week, he would devour an entire series of anime, only to later start watching random online episodes of Mystery Science Theater 3000, and then beginning to work his way through the archives of the hottest new webcomic. And of course, like any real obsessive, he would keep me posted on his latest craze. I humored him. What else are roommates for? One day, earlier this week, he started telling me random scary stories. You know, those random things you find on message boards. I think his main source ended up being a site called Creepypasta. I never understood why pasta could be creepy, but whatever. I'd hear about med students eating their arms, or someone being autopsied alive, or some random YouTube video that will drive you insane. We usually had a good laugh about them. The third day of this obsession, however, things got weird. He threw a few more stories my way before hitting the sack, but something seemed a little off. His voice had a sharp edge to it. As the hour got later, his banter got more and more insane, as though he were talking just to stave off having to go to sleep. Eventually, I poignantly got into my bed and rolled over, effectively ending any further chance at conversation. I wish I hadn't. Now, I sleep like a log, and that night was no exception. I don't think I even came close to waking. Usually, I can't remember any of my dreams, but the nightmare I had that night has been clear in my mind for days now. I dreamt I was trapped in a fog so dense I couldn't see my hand in front of my face. The damp air sent chills down my spine. I could hear muffled screaming in the distance. There didn't seem to be any words, just guttural shrieks of pain. Instantly, and don't ask me how, I recognized those screams to be Mike's. I tried my best to run to him, but my feet just slid through the fog. I couldn't get any real traction on the ground, if there was even any ground. The screams got further away and more indistant, though I could still tell they were Mike's. Eventually, they faded to nothing, and I woke up. And every last trace of Mike was gone from the room. Everything, his laptops, his sheets, the official zombie survival guide poster on the wall, the heap of trash he let accumulate on his half of the windowsill, everything. A thick layer of dust coated his entire side of the room. Absolutely nothing on my side of the room had been touched, nor had any of his stuff in the bathroom, the kitchen, or the living room of our suite. only in the bedroom had anything been taken. I couldn't believe it. I prayed that it was a dream. I pinched my elbow until the skin was red, until my fingernails drew blood. When I didn't wake up, I dialed campus security, who quickly brought in the Boston Police Department. I was immediately kicked out of the room so they can go over everything with a fine-tooth comb. I think I must have been in shock. I felt completely numb, like nothing around me really mattered. I'd left my laptop out in our suite's common room, so I used that to distract myself, or to try to anyway. When I popped open the laptop, however, a Word document stared at me. Its text was the following. I know this is stupid. I can't help but think how much I'll regret this in the morning, but for some reason I'm genuinely scared. And I feel like this is the only way I can tell somebody why. So here it goes. Earlier I was scouting the net for some short stories. You know, rituals, tales of scary places, and the like. I came across this. Warning, I guess, is what it was. I won't say what, and I won't say where, for fear of you finding it yourself. Suffice it to say, it sent chills down my spine. Something not much has managed to do. Still, as has become my habit, I just clicked on the hyperlink, going even further down the rabbit hole. The warning stayed with me, in the back of my head, just nibbling away, waiting until I would focus on something else to rear its ugly head. This was irrational, I knew. My mind was just playing tricks on me. Some ancestral fear had been played upon. Some age-old nightmare that was just that, a nightmare. No more and no less. But that didn't make the fear go away. Only when I looked at the clock to see how long I had until you got back, that it dawned on me I had passed the time allotted me by the warning to stop what was coming. Any vagueness is out of concern for you, I promise. And then the real anxiety kicked in. My palms started to sweat. My eyes refused to stay closed for more than a second at a time. All my hair stood up on end, and I could feel my heart rate start to increase. Instantly, I knew that that warning had been real, and I had failed to heed it. My time was limited. It was about then that you got back from the TV station. I was so glad to see somebody else. I can't imagine how I sounded. Finally, someone to fight off the dark with. A companion against the now terrifying night. But clearly you weren't interested. Your yawns were a dead giveaway. You headed to bed, and I, to stave off sleep a little bit longer, decided to write you this. Do me a favor, if I'm wrong, forget this ever happened. If I'm right, warn them. So, that's what I'm doing. I'm warning you. Just be careful. Next time you go on an archive binge at Creepypasta, or start checking the horror thread of your favorite discussion board, or even just try Googling creepy stories. If you feel a chill run down your spine at some warning you've never read before, you might want to heed it. If you decide not to, however, if you just click on your merry way, please tell Mike I'm sorry I couldn't get to him in the fog. I hope you ghouls enjoyed this creepypasta. I really liked it. It was short and to the point. And I apologize. I really wanted to make a longer video, but yeah, I tried to be healthy and I went on a 4-mile hike, and I somehow got poison ivy or poison oak, and my right eye is swollen all the way shut, and it is hard for me to read. So, I apologize. I honestly don't think I could have narrated a longer story, even though I really wanted to. But to make up for it, I am 99.9% sure I'm going to do a 13 Days of Halloween series. I was going to do like a vlogoween where I do like the whole freaking month, but just right now, not feasible. And I don't want to get all you guys like, yes, a video every day, and then I don't do one every day. You know what I'm saying? I apologize, but I am going to do the 13 Days of Halloween. I do believe that's what I did last year, I think. I don't remember. My brain is all fuzzy. I'm on so much medicine right now, from my PTSD medicine to now I'm on this other medicine because my body is all splotchy and my eye is swollen and it's just a hot mess. But yeah, as always, ghouls, the last video will be on the top left, the next video will be on the bottom left. All my social medias are on the screen as well as in the description box below. And remember, there's always someone or something watching you.